It's easy just to donate to a cause, which I've done.
Think you're missing the point here, Jake? We all know the shit he did, right? And now he offers an explanation for all that. Funny thing is that he disabled the likes and comments because he knows he's talking out of his ass most of the video and just flexing, to be honest.
So over the weekend, as I'm sure a lot of you guys probably saw, I became the #1 trending topic on Twitter.
Look how fucking happy he is. Like, I don't know if you're supposed to flex the #1 topic thing, man. This is having that Logan Paul Forrest vibe where he said he was trending or something like that. I don't think Jake gets the problem here. It's not he's just happy that he's in the fucking limelight, isn't he?
I just want to dive in immediately to say what happened to George Floyd isn't okay and there needs to be change. There's no room in America for police brutality and racism. The fact that people still have a mindset to treat other people differently based on their skin color is absurd. And as someone who is a believer in change and making change and someone who wants to take action, I've always tried to use my platform to raise awareness for things that I believe in. It personally upsets me when people have the power to make a difference and they don't. It's easy to just post something on social media, which I've done. It's easy just to donate to a cause, which I've done. But I'm the type of person who wants to be ground floor and involved in the change firsthand. And this situation to me felt no different from when I went down to help with the hurricanes in Houston, to when I went to Parkland, Florida to be ground floor with the students there after they had a horrific school shooting.
You see what I mean by flexing, right? Oh, he did this in the past, he did that in the past. Like, what kind of fucking defenses are these? You know, this is a very clear way of manipulating his child audience. He's putting the shield up so people can't criticize him.
George Floyd tragedy wasn't something that I could just look past. And being a filmmaker and someone who documents virtually everything that happens in my life, to be able to share it with the world.
Alright, Mr. David Attenborough, what's with the grandiose title of a filmmaker? Let's not forget you have used racial slurs in the past and even have been documented using the N-word in a rap.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kazakhstan originally, but
It sounds like you're just gonna blow someone up.
thank you so much.
You're like, send the nuke.
I'm rocking Tommy Hilfiger, I'm a fucking underwear, got my Calvins on, call me Justin fucking Bieber. I was at his house, that shit was like a beaver, that shit was damn. God damn, I'm #1 on the rank suit, I'm the man, what the fuck? You already know I'm in my SUV, call that bitch a big truck, I whip it. Like my nigga Richie.
Let's not try and make you the beacon of positivity, shall we? And here he's using the title of a filmmaker as an excuse to get out of the firing range. He's using that title. But fam, you are a child's entertainer. You make 5 to 10 minute vlogs and which are clearly edited. So let's not pretend that you share everything about your life, you know? Those are carefully edited vlogs, you fucking dope.
But we kept on walking because we still hadn't seen where people were protesting and we still wanted to be involved. We got to a street that seemed to be the center of where everything was going on. And that's when I saw probably 80 cops standing shoulder to shoulder, just like looking out into the crowd. As I was approaching, more people were gathering the protest, and about 200 yards down the street from me was an Apple store that was getting completely ransacked. I saw dozens of people breaking down the glass, running into the store, grabbing whatever they could, and leaving. The battalion of cops was in between me and the Apple store. And as I started to walk down the street more, all of a sudden out of nowhere I hear a boom! And see this thing flying in the air at my feet. It lands 2 feet away from me, explodes, and like this big gas cloud comes, hits me in the side of the face. I start choking, coughing, running backwards.
You see what I mean by manipulative? Keep saying me, everything is me. Not once is he mentioning other people. Again, this is less about the tragedy and more about Jake Paul being a nice guy who was there and got gassed by the police. That's the moral of the story Jake is telling here, that he is the center of, the situation.
All this confusion, chaos, sensory overload, sirens, things exploding. Someone comes up to me while I'm filming, just hands me something. I didn't even know what it was at the time. To later find out that someone handed me a bottle of vodka. For what reason, I don't know. Seconds later, I set the bottle on the ground, still not even knowing what it is, and I continue to document what the fuck was going on.
To be honest, it's the first authentic shit he has said. Finally, a brain. But I still think he not knowing that was vodka is a piece of bull crap, to be honest. But we'll give him benefit of the doubt. Fuck it.
After about a half a mile of walking, we see another battalion of cops and decide to go right, away from them and towards the mall. As we approach the mall, I see one of the most absurd things I've ever seen in my life. Hundreds of people running in and outside of the mall with bags, stealing everything inside of the mall. In hindsight, everything's 2020 and we shouldn't have been anywhere near what was going on, and we should have removed ourselves from the situation. But in the heat of the moment, I wanted to document what was going on and witness it for myself. And that's where I made the poor decision to go inside of the mall. And at the time, my mindset was that I wanted to document this experience because I've never seen anything like it in my life, and I don't know if anything will ever happen like this again in our lifetime.
I'm just here to document it. I'm not doing nothing.
This fucking cunt is skipping over the fact that he was trespassing and using the excuse of documenting and witnessing for himself. Listen, the fact that this video has multiple camera angles shows you how much of post-video editing went into this to make Jake look as good and as right as possible. He thinks of himself as so highly, calling himself documenting this, that. He was there to show the world. What the fuck, man? You're an edgy child's entertainer with Riley Reid in every fucking video. You're not someone who people look to for answers. Don't hype yourself up that much. Be humble.
How does the destruction of property help this situation? And what does it look like for our communities to be able to come back and have to rebuild from all of this? And that's why the situation was so upsetting for me to wake up, #1 trending on Twitter, of people accusing me of vandalizing and looting and stealing. I'm above that. I don't need to vandalize, I don't need to loot, and I know it's not the way forward. However, I don't regret, and I will continue to document things that I think need to be shared with America. If along that process people want to accuse me of things that they know I'm not doing because my name is Jake Paul, then so be it. I'm an easy target. I know I am. It sucks, but it's not going to stop me from doing what I love to do. There are certain situations and circumstances that I shouldn't put myself in, and I have learned from this situation, and I will continue to become a better person.
I'm sorry, he's blaming the mainstream media for not showing the whole situation, this and that, manipulating. Yep, the last few parts of this fucking video is dramatic music and saying not to loot and we are powerful, whatever. Fam, clearly you're guilty of the same thing. You're using music and certain strategies to get your message across. Now, nothing wrong with that, but you can't be a hypocrite and call out the mainstream media for the same fucking thing. You could literally sum this video up in 2 messages. First one is, don't loot, which is a given, to be honest. You think that some guy who's looting and vandalizing isn't listening to the law is going to watch this video and say, oh, Jake said it's time to stop. Let's stop. Finish. No, the person doesn't care. So your message of not looting is hollow, mate. People who do it don't give a fuck about what you say. You've also done questionable shit in the past, and when people have called you out for that, you said, oh, they're haters. Haters, haters, haters. So it's the same fucking logic. You hypocrite. And the second message of the video is that Jake is a filmmaker. Fam, this dumb fucking child entertainer has given himself this title and is defending his actions, defending illegal actions, using being a filmmaker, or, you know, lack of, to be honest. Doesn't excuse you from doing illegal shit, mate. That's why he disabled the fucking comments and likes, to be honest. This is to, you know, to like reduce backlash, but this is fucking retarded. I swear, man, he needs to learn a thing or two from his brother.